VCs have come out and said they support their staff in this dispute. We would like you to come out and support your hard-working staff across the institution.
People hear that? Yeah, I guess you can now. All right. So the question was, why don't I come out and support? I think there's no question that this university absolutely wants to provide the best pension arrangements it can.
Hold it closer to you.
The best pension arrangements that it actually can. And the position that we established back in September last year was that as a university we were very happy to explore all the avenues and to actually have a contributing DB element. Now, we also said in the initial consultation that we thought that the key key elements were the level of the risk that was being proposed by the trustee, and that proposition needed to be tested. So if you look at what these other VCs are saying, at the moment they're saying exactly that. They're saying they're happy to undertake higher risk in the pension scheme. That's a position that is no different from that original consultation that we outlined as the position for Lancaster. What the pressure that needs to be brought is on the pension trustees to be able to change that risk level, because I think there's enough flexibility within the university sector to actually do that. If they don't do that, then at the level of risk they're proposing, the costs would not be just 1 or 2%, and that's the big impasse that we've got at the moment. Now, pressure is being brought, but it needs to be brought by all parties, and that includes UCU. I think you need to ask your leadership nationally, not here, nationally, what conversations have they had with the pension trustee to allow flexibility. As soon as that logjam breaks, then a lot of other possibilities actually do become possible, and that's where I want to be, both as Vice Chancellor and as a university. So I think that's the key thing. Now, the other point I made is we're obviously very pleased that the ACAS talks continue. It was very interesting that yesterday both the UCU and UUK parties didn't really say anything, and I take that as a good sign that they're actually, things get quieter when there's actually progress. Now, I'm not saying they have to, I don't know. They were very, very quiet last night on what they were saying. We'll just have to see. They're meeting today and again tomorrow, and we just hope that something comes out of them. But rest assured that this university is not in the business of saving any money in these changes, and we really think that all of the parties should work together to get the best outcome for all of us.
The trustee said that Bill Galvin, when they visited us, and we asked the question to the trustee, have they met their fiduciary responsibilities towards the members? The trustee said that it's UUK members who are not willing to accept the higher level of risk. Now that lots of VCs have come out and they're saying that they're willing to accept a higher level of risk, and UCU has tabled proposals which involve modest increases in contributions of around 4%, and the agreement which we have with the employers is a 2/3, 1/3 split in those contributions. UCU is happy to accept that split, is happy to accept that modest increase in contributions. The 2015 agreement with UUK was that the employers would fund any deficit up to 2020. So the employers are going back on that now. So would you want to respond to that?
Yeah. So there was quite a lot in there. The position of the trustee, I do not think is as clear as you said, in the sense that there is an interaction between the level of risk and the valuation. So both of those things need to be. Both of those things need to be put together. However, putting the pressure on to understand what the real valuation and level of risk that the trustee is prepared to accept, because the trustees themselves, because there's an interaction between all of these things because of the level that's paid and the risk. We are very key to explore all the space that there is in that risk, valuation, contribution, how they interact with one another. We would want to see them all being explored. We hope that's what's being done at ACAS at the moment. The only thing I would say around the UCU proposal, you're quite correct that if you go back to the valuation with the contributions that would be then required for the 55,000 dB element, it would be the contributions that you've indicated. But what you haven't indicated is that that does not include the additional contributions for the deficit recovery, which is another 4 to 5% on top of that. So that's the problem. Those things interact well. So they would have to agree a different deficit recovery or a different valuation for us to be able to pay those numbers. Now again, I'd be very happy to accept that, but they have to make those choices.
Oh, sorry, this one. Can I do one more? Because I don't want to get too far behind.
We're far behind ourselves, Mark.
That it was agreed with the trustees that the de-risking to address the deficit wouldn't start for the next 10 years. They are starting now because employers have refused to accept the level of risk. So there's no reason why that deficit contribution you're suggesting needs to start now. It can be delayed by 10 years, which was originally agreed in 2015.
When that risk when that recovery period was decided, when was that agreement made?
2015, I think.
Yeah. So the agreement in 2015 was under the conditions, but of course since then there's been a new valuation, and the problem is that if you accept that valuation, then the deficit has gone up just in those 3 years, and that means that if you waited for the further period, under those conditions, the deficit will be getting away even faster. So that's why there's been a kind of view that's pulled forward. And in fact, the pension regulator has had a view on that, because if you're a pension regulator, what you can't basically see is the deficit. It's saying, well, it's all right, a deficit's climbing. I've valued it here, I valued it there. It's gone up another 3 years. In that 3 years, it's gone up. Therefore, I can't accept it. It's a difficult position for the regulator to accept. And I think that's what's caused the change. I think it's really.
So do we.
Yeah. I think if you've got cases where you think they're bullying people, you should. Well, I mean, I can't. I mean, I don't know any specific examples. So you'll have to actually let me know so that I can actually have the conversations with those people.
Have a look at the emails they've received and tell us whether you think they're bullying or not.
Okay. I haven't seen those emails. I will ask them so I can actually have a look.
Good idea.
Now, the next thing is the one thing I can say for certain is there has absolutely been no. I mean, I've seen this written. There is absolutely no bullying of heads of department with threats to take their jobs away. I mean, why has that view? Why has that view actually been developed? I don't understand where it's come from.
They have received emails from HR saying they're expected to show leadership during the industrial dispute, and that if they don't, then an alternative head of department will be appointed. This is in an email from HR.
The point that's made, the point that you've said there, I recognise that's entirely what you just said is entirely correct. But that has actually said while someone has to be responsible for the department while a strike's on. A head of department has every right, and we respect the right of the head of department to take strike action. But when the strike is on, someone's got to be responsible. So during the period of the action, someone else will be identified. That's not bullying or taking their jobs away from them. That's us being responsible during the period that they are actually on strike, and we've respected their rights. So as soon as they come back off strike, they're head of department again. There's I can't see what else we can do, and I don't see how that's bullying. Anyway,
so just one last question.
Okay,
Mark.
all right, go on.
One last question.
Yeah, go on.
Moving away from the strike questions, Mark.
Yeah.
In the best interest of staff and to show that you care for staff, can I ask you to commit that the strike deductions will be spread over the next 3 to 4 months and will not happen this month?
So it's clear that that's something that's concerning people. I've asked. We've got a meeting on the senior team where we're going to discuss this. and at this moment in time, I don't know what their views are. I'm going to we're going to see, you know, what we feel the best way forward is. What I can commit to is that we will look at it seriously and come back with a statement in the next few days.
Other VCs have done it.
Thanks, Mark. Thanks for coming.